Live on the air?
Now we are.
We're live. All right. We're going to do the gin test today. If you scroll up to the level 4 test answers, it is up there. So we'll just go through the test, question 140 to question 280 if we have time. And we'll do that. But next time we are going to do some hypnosis. So make sure that you are ready to do that next time. So take note of when we start. We're going to start on time. And just be ready. Don't have a whole bunch of distractions. Make sure you have a comfortable place to sit. If you have like a lazy boy recliner, that's probably ideal. Or if you can listen to this while you're lying down in bed, that's probably good as well. Or if you can just seat yourself comfortably. And again, just make sure there's no, babies screaming or pets jumping on you or anything like that. And yeah, so that's next time. But for this time, we're going to do the questions. Okay, so the first one is easy. That's question 140 on the level 4 answers. And it says, do you have a dream board? What do you think is the correct answer to that, if there is one?
I'm sorry, I didn't know you want me to answer. Yeah, I have one, but it's been rather neglected.
Yes, I have one too, and mine is neglected, so I need to get on that. So good thing we did this. Technically, there's no wrong answer here, but obviously you should have a dream board, and it should be up to date. And the most fun with this process is updating your dream board because you received the things that you're wanting. Okay, 141. Do you have a specific chief aim?
Yes.
All right, and you should always have a specific chief aim that is focused on exactly what you want. And most of this program is to teach you how to get a better chief aim so that your brain will focus in even more. 142, do you know what your chief aim is, as sure as you know what your own name is?
No.
Okay, and the way that you do that, how do you get to that point?
Through your dream board and physical interaction with things that can lead to the chief aim and things like that.
Yes, all of that works as well. You might want to have, like, wherever you spend a lot of time, you're going to want, say, like a whiteboard, okay? And write down, like with your own hands, write down with a dry erase marker or something, your chief aim on this board. I've got one right now, and I'm looking at it, okay? Or a card, like a recipe card or something. You can put that in your pocket, all right? So your chief aim should be simple, easy to understand. You should be able to just say it in one sentence, and it should be in the sweet spot, okay? And yeah, put 2 or 3 cards around. Put a card in your car where the visor is. Put a card at your computer. Tape it to the inside of your computer or your printer or something. Put another card on your ceiling or the door to your bedroom. Okay. What about the mirror in the bathroom? Yeah, you could get pretty creative with this. And then you'll know it because you see it all day long, right? Okay. Question 143. Something magical happens when you type your dreams on a piece of paper or in a computer.
No.
False. That's right. Do it with your own hand. There are neural pathways that get activated when you write with your hands instead of typing. All right, 144. How do you get something magical to happen when writing your dreams?
White paper and blue ink.
Correct. Yes. And that's just, it's the easiest to activate the brain so that you remember what you're going to write down. 145. When getting pictures of your dreams, how do you make the pictures more powerful?
Scents, sights, textures.
Correct. And you put yourself in the picture. When you have a dream of something tangible and specific you want, how do you make it more real? And you already said this. It is
Sights, textures, smells.
yes, physically touch it. Okay. Should you be looking at pictures of what you want all throughout the day?
Sure.
When are the two best times to focus on your dreams?
Before bed and early in the morning.
That's right. Yeah, when you're in that semi-wakeful state, you're not quite awake, you're not quite asleep. That's the best time. Or you can go through a meditation or a hypnosis if you want to do it in the middle of the day. Okay. 149. You must believe it before you.
Achieve it.
Yes. Believe it before you see it. Believe it before you achieve it. Whichever. 150. What you really, really, really want, you.
I don't remember.
You get. Okay. 151. What you really, really, really don't want, you.
Get.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're going to focus on it. 152. In order to make your dreams come true, do less blank and more blank.
Thinking and action.
It just flip those. Yeah, do less actions and do more thinking. 153. When your dream is in the sweet spot and your thinking is correct, any actions you do will have specific phenomenons.
Yes.
Yeah. What exactly would those be?
Feel good.
Yes, you will love doing the actions, so you're going to feel good, and it won't feel like work, so you'll get great results. What are two major indicators that you are thinking correctly?
You feel good. And you like what you're doing.
Yes, how you feel and what you say. Ideally, in most situations, should you put a time frame on your goal, dream, or objective?
Yes. No.
No, not in most situations. Sometimes you have to, because sometimes there's deadlines. That's just the way it works. But if you can get away from that, don't. Okay, in life, you have to care.
Oh, I just thought that was a statement. In life, you have to care. Yes.
In life, you have to care, but not that much. The funny thing about that is there's this older guy. He's passed away now, but he would always smoke cigars. And that was right when they were passing all these no indoor smoking laws. And so the hotel he was speaking at about you can negotiate anything. They wouldn't allow him to smoke while he was on stage. Well, he wanted to smoke a cigar. So he negotiated so that he could smoke. And there he was, it's a non-smoking hotel, but he's smoking a cigar while doing the training. So he did you can negotiate anything. And he says, in life and in business, you have to care. but not that much. And that's how he told people to negotiate. When you're focusing on your dream and you're in the sweet spot, the first thing you attract is what?
Positivity.
Positivity, I'll give you that one. It's like minded thoughts, like-minded things, things that have some kind of relation to your dream. Yeah, all those things. Okay. 158. The second thing you attract is what?
People.
Yes, people, events, situations, circumstances that will bring you closer to what you want. The third thing is
Money.
no, because your goal might not be money. The specific goal you were focusing on, or something that gives you a similar feeling to the feeling that you were emitting when you're doing your mind movie. Okay. 160. When things are not going well, what's the number one advantage that you have?
You can change.
Yeah. If things aren't going well, that gives you an opportunity, and you can clarify what you don't want because you're experiencing it. And you can then turn your back on what you don't want and focus exactly on what you do want. 161. In every bad or negative situation, the most important thing you must first do is
Focus on the positive.
That's correct. It also says to be grateful and thankful, because you know that things are going to work to your advantage. And gratitude is one of the most important attributes that you can have, because you automatically feel good when you are grateful. So yeah, count your blessings. All right. If you're feeling bad, your objective is not to feel fantastic. What is your objective?
To feel good.
To feel good, or to even just feel a little bit better than what you were. Just like I told a story a week or two ago about how I just felt so bad because all of the money that I had saved up had left my account. And by the way, there's like tons of money in my account today. But all of that money had left my account. And I felt bad because I thought, oh no, I'm going to have to sell my house. I'm going to lose my house. But I couldn't really feel good. So what I did is I tried to feel a little bit better by coming up with ways that I could make money. I came up with ways to minimize my debt, and it worked, and I felt better. All right, 163. You can predict the future because blank.
You control it.
Yes, you're creating your future. So that's how you can predict your future. If you want lots of money, what's the first most important thing you must do?
I don't know.
To want money. It's kind of a no-brainer, but I think it's kind of a trick question too. A lot of people don't want money, but they think they do. So they put that as a goal. If you really think about what you want, you probably don't want money, but you want something that money can buy. But if you actually do want money, like you just want to have lots of money in your bank account and you just want to look at your bank account statement and go, yes, look at all my money. Well, there's nothing wrong with that either. So the first goal would be to want money and not want, world peace or something like that. Don't lie to yourself. If you want money, then want money. Okay, 165. Never focus on what you don't want. You should always be focusing on what?
You do.
What you do want, exactly. 166. When focusing on your chief aim, a good way to describe the intensity of your focus is what?
Laser beam.
Ooh, a laser. Yes. It is a magnificent obsession. But yes, you're right. You're going to have to focus your laser beam of energy so that it's just like a magnifying glass starting a fire with the sun. 167. When you decided you want money, the 3 key elements that will allow you to achieve your goal are... This is kind of difficult unless you're staring at the answer. The specific amount of money, exactly what you'll do with the money, like even visualizing, endorsing the check and things like that, and the feeling you will get when you have the money you desire. When you have an emotional upset, feel terrible, or are under stress, what is the fastest, most effective technique to eliminate those feelings? That's thought field therapy, otherwise known as the Callahan technique. Some people call it tapping. Some people refer to EFT, which is emotional freedom technique. That technique was designed by the protege from Roger Callahan. So it's all pretty much the same, but it's tapping, for the colloquial expression, tapping. Okay. If you think you can or you think you can't, blank.
You can or you can't.
That's right. You're right. It's thinking that makes it so. So if you think you can, then you can. And if you think you can't, you can't. Which is more important, perseverance or intelligence?
Perseverance.
Yeah, the super rich are lucky because they create their own luck. Okay. Do the super rich take risks and gamble?
Well, I guess sometimes.
Yes, they do sometimes. In business, the super rich know what very intimately well. The market that they're involved in. Okay, 174. The blank focus obsessively and work, which is defined as achieving their goals, not necessarily physical work.
The rich?
Yes, the rich, the super rich or the rich, focus obsessively and work, which means that you can be golfing and still working. Bill Gates' 3 steps to success are...
Vaccinating children in Africa so they can't have children.
I didn't even go over this, so it's a good thing we're going over it right now. Okay, so his 3 steps are timing, depth of vision, and massive immediate action. When you look at Bill Gates, or anybody that's successful, they took action, where a lot of people will just be lazy, or they might take their time on it, or they'll say, oh, well, I have to wait and see how the market goes. But Bill Gates took action. So first of all was timing. Sorry, my cat is like trying to pet my microphone here. First is timing. And I think we can all agree Bill Gates was just in the right place at the right time when it came to developing personal computers. Then he had depth of vision, because most people, he would bring the idea of a PC to these companies, and they were already working on computers and tech of that time. And he had this vision, and he would try to bring that depth of vision to these CEOs. And a lot of the time, the CEOs just couldn't see that. They could not see the future. So they said, oh, well, the market for the PC is about 5 people in the world. So no, we're not going to buy into your thing, Bill Gates. Sorry. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. And it was kind of funny because, if you think about it, how many computers are out there now? And I mean, not all of them are PCs, obviously, but just think about that for a second. That's a huge market. And they missed out on that because they didn't have depth of vision. So when you're looking at an acorn, what do you see? And some people say, oh, I see a tree, a great oak tree. Well, okay, that's vision. But other people might say, oh, I see an entire house because of the wood that was used from the oak tree to build the house. And other people might say, oh, I see an entire city, an entire civilization built on just this one acorn that started the forest. Either way, it's vision, okay? Try to have vision of what will be. And then when you see that potential, take massive and immediate action, which is what Bill Gates did. And that's, I think, what most people miss is they sit on an idea. They don't act. And then they miss out. Okay, so that's Bill Gates. Timing, depth of vision, and massive immediate action. All right, question 176. Using depth of vision, if you were to look at an acorn, what would you see?
A tree.
A tree, a forest, housing, or anything that wood makes. A big furniture shop. An Amish paradise. The bottom line is, it's not really about the money. It's about what?
Happy.
Yeah, the feeling the money gives you. You can work and earn money, or you can have money blank and blank.
Work for you.
That's right. Work and make money for you. Live within your means is a myth. What is correct? Live below your means. Okay. Debt is bad, but what is good?
Structured debt.
Credit. Yeah. I don't know if structured debt is credit. I don't know. But yeah, credit is good because you can use that as leverage for a business or something that will make you money. It's seed corn. Debt can be defined as
Owing people money.
yeah, okay. Money borrowed against depreciating assets. I don't know if I agree with that definition, but that's the answer. Okay. Credit can be defined as
Soon to be owing people money.
using other people's money to make money or buying appreciating assets. Okay, I see what they're saying. All right. 183. Energy around money always flows easier when you are
Happy.
Yes. It's also when you're out of debt, you're debt-free or in the process of reducing debt. Very good. Okay. A penny saved is
Benjamin Franklin.
a penny earned. Yeah. Save money for
Rain.
yeah, for a rainy day. Reducing expenses automatically puts money in your pocket. The two easiest and fastest ways to reduce expenses are blank and blank.
Yeah, I don't agree with this one. Insurance. I don't know if I agree with that one. Matter of fact, I know I don't agree with that one.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I think, what he's saying is that there are many different companies out there that will give you insurance. So, you can do the Geico thing and call Geico and try to reduce your insurance rates. And also, there are ways to reduce your taxes. Um, if you just research the difference between a corporation and, a proprietorship, you might reduce your taxes that way. There are different things you could do to reduce both. So I think that's just what he's talking about there. All right. 187. Leaders are always.
Readers, Harry Truman.
Yeah. There you go, Harry Truman. 188. Dale Carnegie's most famous book is entitled
How to Make Friends and Influence People.
Yes, How to Win Friends, and Influence People. Perfect. Generally speaking, super wealthy people have what type of personality?
Angry Hermits.
That sounds like a really good band name for like an Irish band. That's a pleasing personality. Okay, successful people conduct business with other successful people. They have the following 3 skills. They have negotiation skills, communication, and sales or persuasion skills. God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. What should you do?
Listen.
Use them proportionately, or yes, listen. Just shut the F up. Yeah. 192. There are 6 honest serving men, and I'll use them until I die. Choose the answer that's in the correct order. It starts with what, when, where, who, how, and why. There are 6 honest serving men. I'll use them till I die. What, when, where, who, how, why. Okay. The most effective one-on-one communicators do these 2 things often. They ask questions and they listen. Okay. 194. When trying to get someone to buy your ideas, generally they will say no how many times before they convert to a yes?
3.
It's 7 times, believe it or not. 195. You can't manage time, but you can manage your
Time.
You can't manage time, but you can manage your priorities. Okay, because everybody has 24 hours in a day, right? 196. The system that all successful people are a part of includes reading books, listening to audios on a regular basis, going to events, meetings, functions, seminars on a regular basis, developing relationships with like-minded people, participating and in giving and receiving recognition. That's the system. Okay. Aristotle Onassis said if he was flat broke, he would do one thing that would reestablish his wealth. What was that?
By shipping companies.
He would associate with wealthy people wherever he was. Okay. 198. Looking at what you blank helps you clarify and define what you do want.
Don't want.
Yes. Okay. 199. Besides using thought field therapy when you're feeling bad, what are some quick things you could do to change the way you feel fast?
Focus on the positive.
Yes. Yeah, you can look for the gold. Another thing, you can just change your body. Stand up straight, push your chest out, smile, fake laugh, like actually force yourself to laugh really, really hard until your stomach hurts. You can walk, go for a walk outside, go out in the sun, that sort of thing. 200. Did Thomas Edison fail 10,000 times trying to create the incandescent light bulb?
No.
No, he successfully found 10,000 ways it would not work. In order to be successful, do you have to be right the majority of the time?
No.
No, you only have to be right once. That's the easy part. Okay. 202. People who succeed at achieving success in something, such as Babe Ruth hitting lots of home runs, Ty Cobb stealing lots of bases, Wayne Gretzky getting lots of goals in hockey, Michael Jordan scoring lots of points, all have one other thing in common. What is it?
AIDS.
Oh boy. They failed attempting the same things that they're famous for than anyone else. When you get a chief specific aim, it makes you do what?
Focus on it.
Exactly. Okay, 2,204. How do you know if you should continue doing something if you're not seeing results and move on to something else?
Gut feeling.
Gut feeling, yeah. If you're having lots of fun doing it, you're having a good gut feeling, continue doing it. If it's no longer fun and you get a gut check, then you might want to consider changing what you're doing. The number one reason people are not motivated is what?
Indecision.
I will give you that. They don't have a chief aim, a goal, or a specific thing they're shooting for. So yes, you're right. When is a person the happiest?
Creating.
Yes, when they're creating, when they are in the process of achieving their dream, that type of thing. They're most happy. Success is the progressive blank. The progressive realization of a worthwhile dream. Success is a journey, blank. Not a destination. All right. Always follow your blank.
Gut.
Your gut or your bliss. Either one. That works. A positive attitude can't make you do anything, but it will
Make you happy.
yes, it'll make you happy. It'll also make everything you do better than if you were doing it with a negative attitude. Negative thoughts first attract what?
Negativity.
That's right, more negative thoughts. We put limits upon ourselves, self-imposed limitations, and have beliefs that hold us back. They are false. Could you describe the elephant story, the Houdini story, and the flea training story? I don't even think I taught those.
No. No. And no.
By the way, in level 5, you have to tell all of these stories. Isn't that fun? Okay, so practice. All right, so the elephant story. And by the way, I didn't even look at these before I was going to do this. I was literally outside all day, and I'm like stinky and smelly and sweaty and dirty. But I know these stories because I had to learn them for level 5. So here you go. The elephant story. All right. When you are an elephant trainer, so you work for the circus or you work in the zoo, you will take a baby elephant and with a little post, you'll put the post into the ground and you'll chain the elephant's leg to this post, and that will keep the elephant at bay. And because it's just a baby elephant, you don't have to make that post, reinforced steel or anything. It's probably just a small wooden peg. And you just have to make it strong enough to hold back a little baby elephant. And because elephants never forget, they always assume that they can't move past a certain point, even when they grow to be a very large animal with a lot of potential, physical potential. So a giant elephant can easily pull out that peg. But the elephant won't forget. So the elephant just goes as far as they've always been able to go with that chain and no further. And that is how trainers train an elephant. If an elephant were ever to discover that they have the physical power to pull out the peg, it's very difficult to control that elephant from that point on. So the whole time that the elephant is an adult, it is able to overcome its limitation of the chain, but it doesn't. It's a self-imposed limitation. And we are the same way. So there are many things that we limit ourselves with, and it's really just all in your mind. Just like the elephant has it in their mind that, oh, I can't move past this point. Well, actually, the elephant can. So that's a good lesson for us. Harry Houdini is obviously famous for a lot of his escape acts. Okay, Harry Houdini would a lot of times travel to a new city, and he was in Germany, and they had this new setup, this new prison. So he told the guards beforehand, about a week beforehand, that he was coming in, and he would be trying to do this antic where he tried to escape from prison. So he warned them, and then when he came in, he wanted to come in with his street clothes on. That was kind of the deal. A lot of people didn't know that he was actually a master locksmith, and that's why he wanted to come in with his street clothes, because he would always have all these picks and things hidden in his belt and all of these tricks that he had. And in those days, the doors to prisons did not have like an actual door, solid steel. It was bars. So that will kind of let you know that it was easier to get out. It was easier to escape from prison back in that day. So Harry Houdini comes into this new fandangled prison, and they had just upgraded all the security. And so they lock him in the jail cell, and then he tries to get out. So he's sweating, and he's tired, and he's exhausted. An hour goes by. He's still trying to get out. He can't get out. He's using all his best tricks, all his locksmithing antics. He can't get out. He can't open this door. Another hour goes by. And now he's really getting frustrated and tired. He just can't figure it out. Another hour goes by. Finally, Houdini is so exhausted, mentally and physically, that he kind of, in a hunch, like hunches over and leans against the door in frustration. And the door springs open. They forgot to lock it. So that whole time, he could have gotten out, and he wasn't locked in there at all. But he was just as sure locked in there with the power of his mind than he was anywhere else. And we're the same way. A lot of times we think we're locked into a certain situation, or I can't do anything about this. This is the way it is, and I'm stuck. I'm stuck in this gilded cage of my job, and I have to do this for the rest of my life. There's no other way. And that's just not true. Just like Houdini, you could get out at any time because there's no lock on the door. It's not locked. You can just walk out. With the flea training story, flea trainers have a lot of fun. A flea can jump a lot. And they can, jump and jump and jump and jump. And it just seems like they have no end to their energy. Well, if you put a flea in a jar, just say a tall jar, and you put the lid on the jar, make sure there's holes in it, okay, so that the flea can breathe. But you put this lid on the jar. The flea will jump and hit its head on the lid of the jar. So then, after a while, the flea figures out, okay, well, this is how high I can jump without hitting my head. So it'll stop just short of the lid so it doesn't hurt itself anymore and hit its head. But it'll still jump, and it'll jump and jump and jump and jump. Well, there's a certain point where that flea figures out that it cannot jump any higher than that measurement, however tall that measurement is. And at that point, you've broken the flea. So now you can take the lid off of the jar and the flea won't jump out of the jar. So that's how they train the flea for a flea circus. So then they put the flea in, the tank or whatever they have, the, observation tank. And the fleas won't jump out because they've been trained that they can only jump so high, and that's it. They're trapped. The flea is trapped in this stupid glass box, and people are looking at it all day. The flea can jump out anytime, but it doesn't because that flea was broken, okay? You can jump out of whatever situation you're in. It's not the end of the world. There's a way to deal with it, okay? You are not trapped. So don't be like the flea. Don't be like Houdini or the elephant. Okay, number 213. FEAR is an acronym that stands for false evidence appearing real. Okay, 214. In reality, are there such things as bad events?
No.
No, that's right. Could you describe the story of the man in China who had a son, which shows there's no such thing as bad events?
No.
I don't even think I told this story. Holy cow. Okay, so there's a man in China, and he had a son. And everybody, when he was born, was just so happy for this man. And they were like, oh, you have a son. That's just so wonderful. That's so lucky. And the man in China said, yes, it is. Well, then one day the son wanted to ride a horse. So he gets on this horse and he's so proud of himself. And then he falls off the horse. And everyone in the village said, oh no, that is just so unfortunate that your son fell off the horse. He broke his leg. And the man in China said, no, I don't think so. We'll see. We'll see if this is a bad thing. And then a week later, the army comes into town and they're drafting young soldiers from the villages. But they couldn't take the man's son and they couldn't conscript him because of the broken leg. So the son was saved. The life of the son was saved. And the man said, now I know why my son fell off the horse and broke his leg. It really wasn't a bad thing after all. And that's the same as all the situations that you'll ever encounter. There's a good side and a bad side to everything. And if you just choose to look at it as, I don't know how this is a good thing, but it's a good thing. I've just decided that it doesn't seem good, but it's good. And I don't know how yet, and I will find that out tomorrow. and you just say that to yourself, inevitably something good will come from that bad, quote unquote, bad situation, and everything will turn out for the good. Yeah, so that is the Man from China story. Now, I wonder, should we continue? Because it's 8 minutes after 8, or what do you want to do?
Completely up to you.
Okay, we can go to 2:20, and then I think we'll just we'll stop there. All right, the number one reason why people don't achieve their dreams is what?
Lack of focus.
Yes, they don't have a specific dream or goal, so they're not focusing. You're right. The second major reason someone doesn't achieve their dreams is?
They don't believe it.
Yes, I will give you that. They're focusing on the lack of it. So yeah, that's not believing that they'll get it. That's right. If you want something for which there is an abundance of, such as a car, is it good to be very specific?
Yes.
Yes, exactly. If you want something from which it is limited, such as a specific house or a specific person to do something, is it better to be general?
No.
Actually, in that situation, yes, it's better to be more general, like, oh, I want someone with these qualities. And then, so you're basically just being general, and then the universe will just bring you a person with those qualities. Because if you focus on a specific person, then you're getting involved in free will, and that's kind of that's a touchy subject. You don't want to affect people's free will. So yeah, it's better to be general in your wants there. 2:20, when you realize that you and only you create everything in your life, you also realize that no one is coming to the rescue. That's true. Now, I'm going to add a caveat. You can focus your energy so that people do come to your rescue, but that is you making that happen. Okay, so if you're on the roof of your house and it's flooded and the whole area is flooded, and you're gonna die because the floodwaters are rising and your house is like running out of roof space for you to stand on, you might just manifest the Coast Guard that comes in and swoops you into safety. Okay, so you can do that, and many times people do. Whether that's a doctor that can help them with whatever health problem they have, or whether that's an expert that can bring them the knowledge that they need in order to complete this project. There's always going to be people that are experts at whatever it is that you need help with, and you will manifest that, but that's you bringing that person into your life. So it's still you doing it, okay? You are at complete control all the time, and you can make your dreams come true. All right, now with that, we are going to cut this off, but we will continue this probably another time. I do want to do the hypnosis the next time, so yeah, so we'll just stop here and we'll continue some other time.